Hello everyone. Today we're going to change spark plugs on a Ford 5.4 liter 3-valve V8 motor, the ones that are notorious for causing problems. We have some special tools out for the project, including a 1/2-inch drive impact wrench, a breaker bar with an extension, and an extra long blowgun to get into the cracks and crevices and get the dirt out. We have some special wrenches that we purchased for this. These are 2 different size socket extensions with swivel heads and magnet grips inside in 9/16 and 5/8 size. We have the first step is to look at the motor and remove the coil-on plugs, which have one clip on the side. You squeeze and release. It makes it easier if you take off the fuel injector clips that are located nearby also. So we're going to remove the fuel injector clips, the coil-on plug clip, lift the coil-on plug assembly out, carefully making sure that the spring doesn't fall out also. Now we'll set up our sockets with the impact gun and just hit it as hard as you can, as quick as you can, and most of the time you're going to get a broken plug. You may get lucky or fortunate and have them not break, but most of the time they're going to break. The ones that are in the very back, there's probably 3 of them, 2 on the passenger side, 1 on the driver's side, that we had to use a long arm breaker bar with a helper pipe on it to get those to come loose. Alright, but it's okay if you break them, because we have this special kit, the Lysol Ford Spark Plug Removal Kit. It comes with a pushing tool and an extractor tool, and we're going to show you how to use those. The other item in our inventory to make this job easier is the new style Champion Spark Plug that is all one-piece casting that won't break in the future when you try and take it out. This is really a good thing to invest in. They're a lot more money, and some people don't like Champion plugs, but I've used them for 40 years. I've never had any trouble with Champion plugs myself, so this is what we're going with. Now we have the tool here. The first part of the tool is the presser. This screws into the spark plug hole, and it compresses the broken tip of the spark plug to make room for the gripper to screw into it and extract it. The key part to using this tool is to make sure you tighten the jam nut all the way down to get a good tight grip when you screw the extractor in. So we're going to screw the outer housing in just like a spark plug, and then you're going to tighten the center jam nut down all the way. You'll hear some crunching and creaking, but that's normal. When you get it down all the way, you're going to reverse the whole assembly out, just like taking the spark plug out, and install the extractor part of the tool. The extractor part of the tool has a reverse thread cutting tip on it that digs into the broken piece of the spark plug, and then a jam nut on top that rotates around and pulls the broken tip outward. It'll take some force to get it out. When you're screwing the extractor tip in, try and make sure it gets in at least 3/4 of a turn to 1 full turn. It'll get really tight. Don't do it too tight, but 3/4 of a turn is usually enough. And then when you're turning the jam nut, you turn that nice and snug using a 15-inch 16th socket size. It should start squeaking and pulling a little bit and then come right out. And here's a picture of it, what it looks like when it's come out. You can see the corrosion and carbon buildup on it, and you can see the plugs, how it's in 2 pieces now. All right, now we're going to do the driver's side. The driver's side turned out to be a lot easier. We pulled off the big cover pan on top that said Lincoln on it, and then we took off the air intake ductwork, which was 2 hose clamps, and the whole thing snapped out, and that gave us an incredible amount of room. So, and I actually got lucky on this side because 3 of the spark plugs came right out on this side. It didn't break. I was so happy. It saved me a lot of time. These things take about an hour a piece to do, so it could be up to an 8-hour job to finish this project. All right. So, you also want to look at these 2 hoses here. It works best, gives you a little bit more room if you take off the PVC hose on the driver's side and this little vacuum hose on the back firewall. That'll give you a little bit of extra space to get your hand back in there and move those out. And coming up on a picture of those on how those work. You just squeeze them and pull. No tool required, just snaps right off. You don't even have to take both ends off, just set them aside. So I saved the 3 plugs that came out in one piece so I could check the gap on them, and the gap on all 3 was between 78 and 84 thousandths. These were the original plugs that were in the vehicle with 160,000 miles on it now. So we've got the new plugs in. It runs nice and smooth. No more missing when you accelerate. And I say it took me, the first one took 2 hours. It was a learning experience. The next 3 took about an hour apiece. Then the first 3 on the other side came right out. That was really nice. And the back one on the driver's side took about an hour. So there's the deal. The extractor kit from Lysol was about $80 on sale. I've seen it as low as $45 on eBay if you're not in a hurry to get one. And this is a project I saved probably $500 by doing this myself. You can do it too. It just takes a little time and perseverance. Don't be afraid to give it a try.